Hello and welcome to day 5 of my 90-day journey. My name is Tim Sawyer, pleased to meet you. And it is Saturday, the 5th of January 2019. So I hope you all have a good weekend. Last night I took my Reiki Master exam. So hopefully I will hear back about that in the next week or so. That was an enjoyable process. I learned a lot about how Reiki can actually help yourself, not just on other people as well, especially with the first symbol, with the Choku Ray, where if you reverse the symbol, you are drawing in that universal healing energy to yourself. So that in conjunction with the meditation practice, the Buddhist japa meditation that I have gotten a lot more into recently, be very interesting to see how the pair of those work together from a healing side of things with me. One of the biggest changes with the meditation side of things has been how I became, a few weeks ago, I became really good at being consistent with the morning meditation. The japa meditation consists of a 2-part meditation, so the second one is in the evening and just before you go to sleep. So it was a 2-part thing why I wasn't really doing that. Sometimes I left it until I was just too tired and just needed to sleep, or I had back pain or whatever, but I just found myself, I'd left it, I didn't have a routine time or a feeling of, okay, I'm going to probably go to sleep in an hour, so this is when I do my meditation. I was kind of putting it off and not scheduling it and thinking, oh yeah, I'll do it before I go to sleep. And then by the time I felt like I was going to go to sleep, it was too late. I was more committed to sleeping than actually doing the meditation, so I wasn't getting it done. So actually getting the distinction between, it doesn't have to be just before I go to sleep. It can be, okay, I'm starting to feel tired, so at that point I do it, or a certain time I do it by. But I found that I can actually rebel against certain times because it kind of feels like a job or kind of like, work. So with me, it's more of a, okay, well, I'm starting to feel like it's time to sleep soon, so meditate now. So it's a subtle shift, but having that awareness, if setting yourself up to win, if you're the sort of person like me who doesn't like too many specific time constraints, like I've tried mapping out of my day to be, to enhance productivity. And it's like, okay, so 10 until 10:30 you do this, 11:30 you do this. But what that doesn't take into account for me is my state. So that's something that I want to be working on in terms of, okay, maybe start to map out more time-specific activities, however, also paying attention to how do I feel after the first activity, and am I going to feel like doing the second activity as a result of that? So I'll call it state mapping that I need to look at. And the second part with the meditation, which I think is worth mentioning as to why I wasn't doing the evening one, was that, frankly, for some days I didn't feel that grateful. So a couple of days ago, a really toxic person that I had, who was the driving test examiner, the worst energy that I can remember in recent times of meeting somebody ever. And it was at a moment when I could have really done with someone that I had some form of rapport with, or at least someone who was a human being. And in that evening, I still did the meditation, which for the japa meditation, part of the evening one is about giving thanks for the day that you've had. And this is a moment of, okay, so am I still going to keep up with my meditation practice where I'm giving thanks for a day that my initial emotional reaction is, am I thankful for that day? So there's the intellectual side of things whereby I go, well, yes, I'm thankful for every day because every day above ground, blah, blah, blah. But then there's like, well, how do you feel about it? Do you really feel like giving thanks? And my answer, my immediate answer was no. But I pushed through it because the importance of keeping up the meditation practice was greater than my desire to just go to sleep. So that's been a big learning as well, coming from the place of appreciation. And even though you may have the perception of it being a bad day, just focus on what you can learn from that and be grateful for that. So yeah, quite a profound little learning there from me. Anyway, if you're watching this in any form of real time, I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you for staying with this video to this point. Okay.